In this video I'm going to show an example of rearranging a simple equation. I'm going to use the example of speed equals distance over time, and you may have seen this previously explained as a triangle where you have distance at the top, speed on the left, time on the right at the bottom of the triangle as shown here. And if you cover up speed, that tells you speed equals distance over time. If you cover up distance, that tells you that it's speed times time, and if you cover up time, then that shows you that time equals distance divided by speed. Now, this triangle approach is a good way to help you to use a simple equation, a good way to help you pass an exam, but it doesn't really teach you the algebra and how to apply principles to more complicated equations. So I'm actually going to take this example and show it in step by step how to rearrange it so that you've got a foundation and tools that you can apply to more complicated equations. So we're going to use the idea of a weighing scale and keeping this balanced, and the first step is to multiply both sides of the equation by time so that we have this. So whatever we do to one side of the equation we have to do the other to keep it balanced. So if you think about these, each of these things represents a number, and if it was a weight on these scales, then we'd have to do whatever we do to one side of the scales we have to do to the other to keep it balanced. So we've multiplied both sides by time. We're now going to cancel out time on the right hand side, so we can time divided by time just equals 1, so they cancel out and we can simplify to this. So time times speed equals distance. So that's a useful equation in itself. If we want to rearrange further, we can divide both sides by speed like this, and then we can simplify this by cancelling out speed on the left hand side. So speed divided by speed just equals 1, so that disappears, and now we've got time equals distance divided by speed. But all the way through this, whatever we've done to one side of the equation we have to do to the other, and then things cancel down. And it's these principles, it's these steps that we must follow for us to be able to rearrange equations. And yes, for this simple equation we could well use the triangle method, but it's much more powerful to understand the steps so that you can start to rearrange other equations that are more complicated. So that's been an introduction to rearranging equations and some of the tools that you can use to help you.